What is the penalty for careless driving in Ireland? Well, if it's your first offence, you can be disqualified from driving for a period of 2 years. If it's your second or subsequent conviction for careless driving within a period of 3 years, you're supposed to be mandatorily disqualified for a period of 4 years. But if it's your first time coming to court for careless driving, which it is for most people, then the court has discretion not to disqualify you. They don't have to disqualify you, but it's up to the judge on the day to decide whether or not they will disqualify you, and that decision is based on arguments that are put forward to the judge by your lawyer. What's the difference between careless driving and dangerous driving? It's actually a matter of degree. It depends on the consequences of the driving. If the consequences of your driving cause injury to a person or damage to property, it'll be probably elevated from careless driving to dangerous driving. But if it doesn't, it may very well be left at the lower level of careless driving rather than dangerous driving. So it's the consequences of your driving that determine whether or not the case will be prosecuted as one of careless driving or one of dangerous driving. What does careless driving include? Well, the first thing you need to know about careless driving is that there's actually no standard definition of what it is. And that's what troubles a lot of lawyers around the country. It's in the law, it says it's where you're driving without due care and attention, but it doesn't say what that means. In general terms, what it would mean is that your driving falls below the standard that would be expected of a competent and careful driver. And if it falls below that standard, it would be generally regarded as careless driving. So offences like tailgating, driving inappropriately close to a driver in front of you, looking at your mobile phone when you're driving, or undertaking on the inside, they would be regarded, generally speaking, as constituting careless driving. Can you get banned for careless driving? Yes, you can. You can be banned for up to a period of 2 years if you're convicted of careless driving. Unlike dangerous driving, which is mandatory if you're convicted, for careless driving, it's not mandatory if it's your first offence. If it's your first time coming to court for careless driving, the judge has a discretion as to whether or not they will disqualify you. And that discretion is based on the facts of the case, how serious the driving was, as well as your own circumstances. So arguments are invited by the judge from your lawyer as to whether or not they should disqualify you or not. But it's not mandatory on the first offence, no.